according to Toastmasters International. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise our district also has a mission. Kindly repeat it after me. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Before we proceed with this workshop, let me highlight few guidelines to be followed. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute when not speaking. Kindly switch off your cameras if you are stepping out of the meeting. Please note, the virtual backgrounds are being shared in the chat box. I request every one of you to kindly use them. Now, without much of a delay, I would like to hand over this virtual stage to someone who is extremely passionate and dedicated towards his duties and goals. Ladies and gentlemen, with a great round of applause, please welcome our very own electrifying PRM, Toastmaster Avodaya Niyagam. Sir, the screen is all yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sazia. Of course, everyone in this room are electrifying because we are connected through that electricity. And of course, Albert Einstein. So let me just give a small introduction about Madam Sazia, who just opened the session for us. She has been a Toastmaster since September 2020. And last year, she got the second prize in DTAC 2023 for the humorous speech contest. And she's also serving as the Vice President Education for SAP Toastmasters Club. And she's also the Assistant Division Club Growth Director of Division H and a committed member of the District 105 PR. Thank you. Good evening once again, everyone, to all the district leaders, area directors, division directors, and wonderful guests out here, and my dear fellow VPPRs. As we took over this term as the PR, one thing what we had in mind is about imagining beyond the obvious. As they say, imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge might be limited, but imagination encircles the world. And with this Imagine Beyond, we had three distinct themes that we wanted to go along, which was promote, engage, and inspire. Recently, many of you would have received the Canva Pro account from the District 105. And this is absolutely our first element of the theme, promote, wherein every one of us will be able to use the best of the facilities that we can get. And this part is called engage, wherein we are going to engage in wonderful learning from the best Distinguished Toastmaster Kajetan Barato for branding through Canva and Distinguished Toastmaster Mohamed Yasir for branding through PowerPoint. And after we finish this, I'm sure every one of us, will be doing our best of the ability and inspiring everyone, each other. Now, let us go into the session directly. To take this session further, a dynamic personality who is a comedian, a TEDx speaker, publisher, writer, theater actress, and she has now recently started her training business in Jordan, Amman. She joined Toastmasters in 2017, and she is now a member of 4 clubs, not in single country, but in Jordan, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Palestine. let us put our hands together to welcome the master of ceremony for today, Toastmaster Khulud Abdullah. It's all yours. Over to you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today in our educational workshop, Learn and Create. Distinguished leaders, amazing fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, I'm honored, privileged, and thrilled to be the MC of today's extraordinary, remarkable, much needed workshop, which is initiated by our brilliant PRM team in District 105. Welcome to Learn and Create. What will you learn? You will learn branding. What will you create? You will create stunning posters and flyers, both in Canva and in PowerPoint. At the beginning of each Toastmaster year, our Vice President of Public Relations Officers face this daunting task of having to create posters that will be used as invitations for their club meetings. And they are asked to create perfect posters. And that's why they reached out for us to help them. And here we have professional trainers in our public relations team who came to the rescue. Today, we will have a visually delightful, unforgettable experience where we'll design together, step by step, our next poster, our next picture-perfect poster for our club. But before I introduce the first trainer, I would like to ask you, if you have any questions, please write them in the chat box, because we will be having a Q&A, question and answers portion. Are you ready? Now I'd like to thank our district dignitaries who were present with us. Thank you. This means a lot for us to be with us. And now let's move on to our next training. Are you ready? Okay, so now we finished with the Canva part and we are moving to the PowerPoint designing part. And our second trainer is distinguished Toastmaster Mohamed Yasir. And the title for his education session will be Brand Compliant Posters Using PowerPoint. Distinguished Toastmaster Mohamed Yasir joined Toastmasters in 2018 and served in many roles at the club area division level. He was the area director of area F3 in District 82 and also served as the assistant division director of club growth in District 82 as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome distinguished Toastmaster Mohamed Yasir to the stage. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Madam MC, for that wonderful introduction. Can I get a confirmation about my audibility? I hope I'm audible. Perfect. Thank you very much. All right. Good evening to everyone from Bahrain and joining from all over the world, from Sri Lanka. It's 8:50 here and super excited to be a part of another amazing PR session. And big shoes to fill. DTM Kajesdan, the legend himself, just did a wonderful session on branding. I can't think of anyone better in the whole TI fraternity to conduct that session. I don't know. That's how it is. Every time it's such a bliss. I have been to his sessions quite a few times, but every time it's refreshing. Thank you very much. And I really hope that I can uphold to the branding concepts he put forward. And my session will be more of a practical session rather than the explanations about branding. I think DTM Kajetan did a solid explanation about branding. So I will be demonstrating you as to how we can implement those branding aspects using PowerPoint. Fine. So can I quickly get a raise of hands? First and foremost, I will be using my MacBook. I just want to know how many of you are using MacBook right now. I mean, how many of you use MacBook for your work? Fine. Okay, we have only few, but I hope the PowerPoint interface is not going to be quite different from the Windows. Great. And I want to know how many of you here are BPPRs, if you don't mind. BPPRs, if you don't mind. Nice. Okay. So I can see, yes, quite a few hands going up. Great, 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 great. Fine. So DTM Kajetan was explaining us about the limitations of PowerPoint. Now, I am not a VPPR. I was VPPR, I think 4 years back, but I still design flyers for my club whenever I have a free time, because designing is something, it has become something like a passion, hobby of sorts. So I'm not going to talk too much. I'll just directly get into PowerPoint demonstration. But before that, even DTM Kajetan, when he was explaining, he was saying that we have these set of colors, we are only supposed to use these set of images, and we are only supposed to use these set of fonts. But how much creative can we get? How much creative can we get? That's one question. And the second question is, okay, PowerPoint. We use PowerPoint for presentations. Can we really use PowerPoint for designing? And how far can we push ourselves in terms of creativity and effectiveness? Now, there are two sides to it. DTM Kajetan was explaining pretty well that what kind of message we are supposed to convey to the audience whenever they look at a flyer. So I hope this PowerPoint session will help you answer those questions. So let me share my screen right now. I'll be sharing my desktop, and yes, hold on a second. Right, give me a second, please. Okay, fine. So, nope, I should be sharing my screen of the desktop so that you'll be able to see. Yes, thank you. Fine. So, can someone please confirm if you can see my screen, just the screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay, fine. And unfortunately, I will not be using the right part of my screen because I have a small issue on my laptop's screen. So the right part of the screen will be left alone. And this is my designing folder. So I have all my previous designs in here, and this is the folder I created for our session today, learn and create. Right. So before I start, let me just show you a few of the flyers I've done over the past few months using just PowerPoint, nothing else, exclusively PowerPoint. Right. Fine. So this is one of the flyers I did for our area gathering, and for past 2 to 3 years, I have been designing the pathway completion flyers for our club. All these flyers were done using PowerPoint, and this was the last flyer I did using PowerPoint. Just a few days back, we had a wonderful outdoor meeting, and this was that. And this flyer was done back in 2021, I guess. Again, a flyer about PowerPoint. And this was another flyer where a theme, My Kitchen, was used. And I think there was quite a lot of question as to how we can implement the theme. I think this flyer is brand compliant, and I have included how a recipe can have different ingredients, and just like that, a speech can have different ingredients. So that's what I've done here. Again, another design exclusively with PowerPoint. And then moving on, this is another design. Just like DTM Kajetan mentioned, I personally always try to convey the Toastmasters message. When someone looks at a flyer I designed, I want them to get to know about Toastmasters. So this is one such flyer I did. This is the same content, no change whatsoever, but a different design. Again, PowerPoint. And this was one of my dream flyers. I've been picturing this flyer in my head for several months, or maybe a couple of years. And then a few days back in February, I designed this flyer. Again, PowerPoint, and I just wanted to show the transformation someone goes through in Toastmasters. And this is another flyer. This was not published. I did it during another design workshop. And likewise, you can see quite a lot of flyers This is one of my favorites. And this is a flyer designed for another team meeting about our country, Sri Lanka. Likewise, so many, this is also a team meeting. This is a pathway completion flyer for another club, not our club, a different template. And this is one of my most favorite flyers, the flyer date for one of our youth leadership programs, and it goes on, it goes on. So if you doubt that you cannot design, if you doubt that you cannot do wonderful work using PowerPoint, that's a myth. And I very rarely see us conveying the Toastmastering message using our flyers. We normally put the theme of the meeting and the role plays of the meeting, and that's all. But I think today, during my designing session, I'll try to explain how my thought process works when I'm supposed to design a flyer. Now, I was speaking to our PR manager, Aude Nayagam. I think I pronounced your name correctly. Yes. And he said, I just wanted to ask him, okay, what are the upcoming events? What are the upcoming events in the district? And we all are looking forward to one of the sessions, that is Moments of Truth, aren't we? Normally, in Sri Lanka, we have it in September, August. So I hope you all are also preparing for that. So today, I will be demonstrating a flyer, and also the international speech contest. The contest season is brewing, it's coming up. So today, I thought of, if time permits, I thought I'll show you two designs, two different approaches using PowerPoint, right? So let me share the materials I have prepared for you. So this is the folder I have for our session, and I'm going to use these three pictures. These three pictures were taken during one of our previous contests, speech contests, and so these were taken. And one more point I wanted to mention, if you notice the flyers I showed you a little while ago, pictures, they all about pictures. So if you are a VPPR, you should definitely have a way to get solid pictures of your members. Their portraits, and now DTM consultant correctly explained that the pictures you are supposed to use should portray the members while they're engaged or empowered. So we have to make sure that we take pictures that way. And I think during conferences, we always hire a professional photographer. So try to get professional pictures from them. Or else nowadays, all these phones, they have very good cameras. So if you are a VPPR, and if you are really serious about coming up with quality designs or quality posters, then you should consider taking quality pictures. And if you have someone in your club who has a good camera, you get their service. I take my camera everywhere I go, so that I have pictures of all the Toastmasters meeting, every special moments. Or else phones. Nowadays, phones have very advanced cameras. That's something, okay? Right. So I'm going to use these three pictures for the contest flyers. And this picture was taken, you can see the date stamp on it, 15th of July, exactly 1 month back. And this is none other than Toastmaster Chamali from my club. And I'm going to use this picture to show you how to design a flyer for a Moments of Truth session, right? Fine. So I will be showing you, using that flyer, I will be showing certain features of PowerPoint which you can experiment, right? Fine. So I do not like to break the surprise or spill the beans, but this is the outcome I'm expecting. All right, this is the outcome I'm expecting out of flyers. Okay, let's see whether we can manage to get that done within the allocated time limit, right? So what do you all think about these two flyers? Can you believe that they were done on PowerPoint? Can I get some response on the chat? And you can always refine your designs. And make them more and more creative. It needs time. So it's like painting. It's like painting. You take your time. You have a blank canvas. You start and you add in colors, adding colors. Right, fine. So today I will be explaining this. Let's see how far we can get. And I'll be taking questions at the back end of the session. And if you have any doubts, please do ask during that time. Because I think I should demonstrate as much as possible in terms of PowerPoint. Right, fine. Let's get started. So this is my PowerPoint icon. I always use that toolbar for very convenient. I've already opened a PowerPoint window, and in order to save time, I have already typed in some of the information I'm planning to use on that on PowerPoint. Okay, right. So that way we can save time. Otherwise, if I start typing, it's going to consume unnecessarily a lot of time. Okay, so this is the PowerPoint interface. This is the PowerPoint interface. You all must have used this at some part of your life, maybe at your university for a group presentation, and at your work for some presentation. So this is not a new interface to you. And now we have to decide.
Sorry to interrupt, DTM, we are not seeing the interface. We are just seeing the folder.
Okay, excuse me. Sorry. Yes, thank you. Right. How about now?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. I was sharing my screen. I think I was not sharing the PowerPoint. Okay, sorry. So now I've already opened PowerPoint. You all know how to get it done. And then this is the interface we have for PowerPoint. And so many options are available. I'll be showing those options one by one. And first and foremost, now we have to decide what's the what do you call that? What's the size of the flyer we are going to decide, or what are the aspect ratios of the flyer? Now, nowadays we do our promotions mostly on social media. It could be WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Mainly WhatsApp, I think, and Facebook. Some clubs might be using Instagram as well. So the best ratio would be the square shape, isn't it? 1:1 ratio, or else 4:5 ratio, or 5:4 ratio. Because when you upload pictures on Facebook or Instagram, and if you do not upload it under those ratios, your picture will get cropped. It should be 1:1, 5:4, or 4:5. Just a design tip, right? So the ratio I'm going to use today is 1:1. It's easy. You can, when you put it on WhatsApp status, it will be very clearly visible, right? So for that, what you have to do is you have to go to design first. You have to go to design, and then you have something called slide size. Design, slide size, and there you can go to page setup. And there you can give the values for width and height. So I usually give a high value for width and height. That way I can get the output, final output, with highest quality. So I'll go with 100 centimeter and 100 centimeter width and 100 centimeter height, so that my blank canvas is ready. But when you open PowerPoint at the beginning, it will not be 100 and 100. It will be different. Since I have already opened and given those numbers, it's a little different here. Fine. And then, okay. So we know, just like DTM Kajetan mentioned, we are not supposed to use all sorts of colors. There's a limit of colors. And there are 4 main colors. And nowadays we have the gradients as well. For that, what I do is I use, now DTM Kajetan has his fancy card. But what I do is I have created this color palette, and I just copied it from my folder and I pasted it here. I have created this color palette, and it's there on my desktop. Whenever I'm designing a flyer, I'm going to use this, right? So some of you might have an issue about how to design this. Let me show you quickly now how to prepare that. I'll show you for a couple of colors, then I think you will get the idea as to how it's done. So if you are a beginner, I know some of you must be beginners. So what you can do is, this is the part of the page of the brand manual which gives us all those colors, isn't it? So we have True Maroon, Loyal Blue, Cool Grey, and Happy Yellow. DTM Kajetan explained those things very, very clearly. So what you do is you go to Insert, Shape, and you add a shape, just like I've added here. And then you can, once you add the shape, you will see the changes you can make to shape here. Maybe you can remove the outline of the shape, so the shape will not have any outline. And then I want to fill the shape with one of these colors. So you can go to Shape Fill, and you can go to More Fill Colors. Now under More Fill Colors, if you are using a MacBook, this is how the interface will look like. Or if you are using Windows, then you will be able to see colors like this. So what we can do here is, I think in the latest, and I forgot to mention at the beginning itself, I highly recommend you to use the latest versions of PowerPoints. Maybe PowerPoint 16, 19, even 2021 would be great, but at least 16, because 13 they are a bit too old. In the latest ones there are more options. So in the latest PowerPoints, we have this tool called eyedropper tool. So you can click on that eyedropper tool, and then you can click here, right? And then you click OK. And then that cage will be filled with the exact same TI color, maroon. And then you can make a copy of it. To make a copy of it, we know good old Control-C, Control-V, or else I'll teach you a cool technique. You can press Control or Command in MacBook and Shift, Control Shift, Command Shift in MacBook, and you can click on it and drag it. Oh, sorry. Control Option Shift, I mean Control Alt Shift, Control Alt Shift, and you drag it. See, it will give you an exact same copy of that. And when you press Shift, you can move only either horizontal or vertical. If you do not press Shift, you can take it anywhere. So I'll press Shift and move it. I'll repeat, Control Alt Shift. In MacBook, Command Option Shift, and you'll get another cage. So second cage. And then what you do? You right click on it. Okay, you go to Shape Fill. You go to More Fill Colors, and then this time you go to eyedropper, select the blue, and click OK. Now you have the second color palette as well. Likewise, you will make copies and you will add all the colors. Okay, right. So now let's say I have added 2 colors and they are ready now. And likewise, I have added the other colors as well, the primary colors. And these 3, the bottom 3 are for gradients. DTM Mohamed mentioned the name of this. It was a very cool name. I can't remember exactly. So you know the shades, right? So likewise, there is another page for gradient as well. Let me copy that and paste. I took a screenshot of that also. I think. Let me see. Did I take it? Oh, no, sorry, it's a different. Okay, it's our group picture. Fine. In the brand manual, you'll be able to see. You'll be able to take a screenshot of that and use that here. And likewise, I have taken. So after that, what you do is you select these 2 by just drawing. You left click and draw a square. Both the elements will be selected. Right click on it, save as picture, and you can save it wherever you want. Let's say I want to save it on desktop. You save it and then cancel it. You know what to do now, and then you will get this on your desktop. Fine. So if you are really interested in designing for a longer term, in a longer run, then of course you should have this, just like DTM Mohamed has its card. And when you have this, it's easy, because unlike Canva, in PowerPoint we do not have a separate place where you can use the palettes and all. So this is easier. Fine. So that's settled. And now my plan is to show that Toastmaster Chamali, okay, Toastmaster Chamali, she's going to conduct the MOT session, and I want to give the audience, the person who looks at the flyer, a certain amount of idea about what this MOT session is all about. All right. So let me copy Toastmaster Chamali's picture and add to PowerPoint. You just go to the folder. I'm just going to the folder now. And you copy that picture and then you paste it. Right, done. So it's pasted, and then I will drag it while holding Shift. Okay, and can add it here. So I'm going to add it here. This is the picture. All right. So I have added a watermark at the bottom. I don't want that. So if you want to crop out parts from the picture, you can select crop here, and you can crop out the parts. Fine. So now I'm going to design. Now you can use this picture directly. Okay, you can use this picture directly, no harm. But let's add a little twist to it. Now I have already done this. I just did it. This flyer while Toastmaster Gajetan was delivering his session, and this is the design. And you can see I have made the background black and white. And if there are any design, brand experts, I hope that's not brand. That's not violating the brand. And I have made Toastmaster Chamali get highlighted more. So the background remains black and white, but Toastmaster Chamali remains colorful. Now, can we get it done using PowerPoint? Yes, the answer is yes. Let me show you how it's done. Right. So first, I need the background. So I will click on that, and you can see an option called picture format. Under that, there's something called color. So I will make another copy of this. First of all, you can press Ctrl D directly to make another copy, or Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then I will crop only Toastmaster Chamali's picture to keep it separated. Right, I'm going to use this part. Okay, right. and I want this part to be in color, and I want this background to be in black and white. So I'll go to color, and you can see all sorts of options. So I'll add black, I'll click on black and white. Right, now the background has become black and white, but Toastmaster Chamali is also black and white, but I want her to be in color. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the next picture, and I'm going to now see, once you click on the picture, this this part will be available for you. Then I'm going to go to remove background. I think in Canva, this feature is super cool. My God, Canva has evolved a lot. I'm so jealous of Canva right now. I am a PowerPoint freak. I never use any other option, any other platforms to design flyers, but now I'm really considering Canva because it has such amazing tools, and Toastmaster Kajetan has motivated me so much. But okay, let's see how we can get it done in PowerPoint as well. PowerPoint is not as meticulous and crisp as Canva in terms of removing background. So unfortunately, it might not be perfect, but let's see how it goes. If it's not perfect, maybe you can definitely try the second option DTM Kajetan suggested. Can anyone remember that? What is that website? Can anyone remember the website? He suggested a website to us. It is remove.bg. So you can always try that website as well. It will help you remove the background. But let's see how you can do it in PowerPoint. You create a remove background, and then it will be processing, and you can see if the parts in lavender, what do you call that, lavender, purple or pink, whatever the color, they are the parts removed. So we don't want the entire part to be removed. Then if you want certain parts to be available, now this is why I said in PowerPoint it's a bit of a headache to get the background removed, but it's still possible. Then I need more parts of image to be present, so I'll go to mark areas to keep here on top left, mark areas to keep, and then you just draw lines like this. I know that area, so that area pops it, right? And then I'll just highlight this part, just a line, and yes, we get the picture. And I can see her fingers are not available. Right, not bad, isn't it? Not bad. Right, that's enough for me. That's enough. Then I will click keep changes. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just place it exactly above her on the background. Right, it's not perfect, I totally agree, but it's okay, right? Now when you'll see from the outside, it looks great, doesn't it? So just small things you can do to make your design a little more creative. So instead of using just the whole, I'll just show you. Just honestly tell me which one looks better, this or this. For me personally, DTM Kajetan mentioned creativity, colors, everything. It's personal preference. Now for me, I think this looks better. Good, right? So with that being said, now let's add the details. Let's add the details. Okay, now you can see Toastmaster Chamali. It's all she's the main subject, because we want to convey the message to the audience that she is the one who is going to conduct the session, right? Now, of course, we need to add the title of the session. For that, I'm going to go to Insert. Okay, I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to go to Shapes, and I'm going to add a frame on top here. Okay, done. So once the frame is added, these parts will be open, and then I'll just create on no outline. I don't want outline for the shape, and then I want to use gradient, because when you use blank, single color, that does not give that glossy feel to the flyer. So I recommend you to go try experiment gradient. So this is a single color. It doesn't give much of a glossy effect. So what you can do is to add a gradient. You right click on it and go to format shape at the bottom above action settings. Right click, format shape, and then you click on it, and then you'll get this window. Okay, so there you can go to gradient fill. Yeah, you can go to gradient fill. All right, so I think I have already tried the gray gradient, so it's visible. Then what you can do is you can adjust the gradients top. There will be two extremes for gradients, and then you can one side I want to use the blue gradient here. Okay, so I'm sorry, one side I want the dark blue color, so more colors, and I will be clicking the eyedropper and clicking on this. Okay, right, done. And the other side I will be using the light blue version. Okay, ta-da. Oh, sorry, I think I made a mistake there. right? And that part is done. And second part, we need to use the light blue version, right? Okay, perfect. And you can play with the wait, did I add the gradient correctly? What is happening? Right, sorry about that. Okay, then you can play a little bit with that so that you can add that. Now see, you can you get the glossy feeling, correct? Fine. So now I have a gradient, and I'm going to add the same gradient to the bottom as well, because I want to include some information at the bottom. I'll tell you what information I'm planning to include there. Right. So now on top, I'm planning to add the name of the title of the session and the club information and all those. And at the bottom, I'm trying to convey the meeting information about the venue, and also I'll add another small twist to it. See, it's very rarely done in Toastmasters flyers. I mean, it's totally up to you. You can implement that in your flyers, or it's up to you. This is something we do in our club flyers. It's something we do exclusive. We do, it's something unique about our flyers. So let's see how it goes. Now I need to add text. To add text on PowerPoint, you will go to Insert once again, and there is something called text box. Okay, then you can click on that and draw a text box, and you can see it's far away. Then I'll say Control E or Command E in MacBook, so that it's just it comes to the center, the alignment, and I'll go to Home, and you'll see the font. I'll change the font to happy yellow. Now I have used the colors already, so those colors will be available for you here. If not, you can go to more colors always and choose the color happy yellow. I'll use happy yellow, and I'm going to increase the font size a bit because nothing is visible to me. And I'm going to use, of course, Gotham. And in MacBook, this is how the styles of Gotham is visible. In Windows also, you'll get the styles of fonts. Now don't ask me how many dollars I paid for this. I definitely did not pay $1,000 for this. I'm not that rich. I don't know how I got this. I just downloaded on a website, I think. Or just like DTM mentioned, maybe this might be a clone of Gotham or copy, but this works. So I'll choose Gotham Black. I go with Gotham Black because it's that bold style of Gotham. I'll select that, and I'm going to type Moments of Truth, because that's our session. Moments of truth. Right, and it's a little too small, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this. You can just center it. The guidelines will be provided, so you can center it and increase the font size as much as you like. Yeah, okay, fine. I want it to be the main highlight. I'm going to put it here, Moments of Truth. Okay, Moments of Truth, ready. In addition to that, I need to add the club information, because we definitely have to add the club name. So quickly, I'll make a copy of that. How do I make a copy of that? Hope you can remember. You click on it, Control, Alter, Shift. In MacBook, Command, Option, Shift. And you click it and drag it. It will give an exact same copy. But I don't want to use the same color. So I'm going to change the color to white. Here you can see font color to white. I think in PowerPoint you know these things. And then I don't want the same size. I mean, I don't want the same thickness. Therefore, I'm going to go for Gotham, maybe medium. Okay, or else bold. Okay, bold. So it will reduce the size, and I'll reduce the font size as well. And then I'll drag it up. And I want to add our club's name. Our club is called Hill Capital Toastmasters. We are from the center part of Sri Lanka. We have a lot of hills there. So that's the idea behind the name. Hill Capital Toastmasters. Yes, it's the club's name. And the bottom part, it's still empty, I feel. So you can choose whatever the content you like. I'm going to add right, area 3, and we are from division F, and of course district 82. Right, but I don't want that style to be the same, because that I don't want. It's not as significant as Hill Capital Toastmasters. Therefore, I'm going for a thinner version of it, light. That's enough. I might reduce the size of it a little bit. This is again totally your preference, and I love working with font size, because it gives you a very nice feel to the fly, doesn't it? When you play around with font size and the font styles, it gives a very nice feel to it. Whatever the information you deem suitable for you can add it. Fine. Okay, fine. Now that is done. And then moving on to the bottom part, we should not forget, I have forgotten a very important element on the flyer. Can someone tell me what that is? I have forgotten a very important element. Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's a Toastmasters flyer. Yes. So Toastmaster Shahnawaz correctly mentioned the word, okay, word, it's the logo. Of course, it's the logo. So I have already copied the logo to my folder. What is it? The learn and create folder, and definitely I have to add the folder, and I'm going to copy that from the folder and I'm going to paste it to PowerPoint. You go out, you just copy it and bring back to PowerPoint, or else in PowerPoint also you can add it. You can go to insert and you can go to pictures, right? Photo browser, and you can add the picture from file, right? Okay, sorry, you can add a picture from file. Yes, and where is my file? Hold on, it is in designing. Okay, sorry, yeah, fine, you can do it that way, but I will just paste it since I copied it already. Folder logo is here, and DTM consultant was clearly explaining us about the clear space, and I'm going to put it this way. Okay, right, I hope yes, this is perfect. And then I'm going to add a line. So let's say insert, let's add a nice line to it, just to separate it like this. I just drew a line there. Okay, and I'm concerned about the clear space. I think it's enough. And then I'll go to this is the color of the outline. Okay, then I'll go to our color of the outline and add gray to it, because I want that line to be very subtle. I'll add gray to it. Yes, done. So we have the logo, and at the bottom I'm going to add two information. Now when we say moments of truth, when someone is, when a non-Toastmaster sees the flyer, they have no idea about what it means. So I'm going to add a small description about moments of truth. If they like, they can read it and get an idea of it. I have already typed it in. Okay, I've already typed it in. I'll bring it to front, right click, front. Okay, right. So this is the, this is just a small piece of information. I've typed it. I've typed. I'll change the color of the font, of course. Hold on a second. Let me change the font. Hold on. Font. I'm going to go with Gotham medium, and I think I have by mistakenly added line 4 font. So I'll remove it. Right. Okay. And then so I'm using Gotham medium, and it's not visible at all. Then here you can go to text fill and add white. Okay, cool. So now these small descriptions will give an idea for someone who doesn't know what moments of truth, and they can read it and get an idea. Okay, I think I copied it from somewhere, or maybe I typed it. I can't exactly remember. And then we have to add the title. So we don't have to type every time. What you can, because when I type something new using the now I can go to insert, and I can go to text box, and when I insert the text box, and I have to change everything from the beginning, the color, the font especially. So I'm going to use already inserted part, and I'll just copy it. Control Alter and copy it and drag it. Control Alter drag means you can drag it anywhere, but if you put the shift, you can go only horizontally or vertically. Okay, so I'll remove it and I'll bring it here, and it's a little too big. Let's reduce the size of it. We'll go home and reduce the size of it, and I'll justify to left, and I'll reduce the size once again. This is not about Hill Capital it is not about Hill Capital Toastmasters. It's about moments of truth. Right now, what I did there was I'm just reducing the frame size of the frame. For that, you can press shift and press the arrow keys left and right to increase and decrease the shape. I want it to be small. Right, done. And then I'll put it here, and I'll just type in moments of truth. What is moments of truth? A small description for someone who doesn't know moments of truth. And of course, let's change the color yellow. So I hope you can see how I'm using the colors. I'm using yellow, the accent color, to highlight the most important parts. So moments of truth session, therefore I'm highlighting it. Right, fine. Timer, if you don't mind, can I know how many minutes are left, please? I'm sorry.
It's just 32 minutes.
Okay, good. So moments of truth part is right, and then we are done with that, and then we need to add the meeting information. So for that, what we can do is we need to, I think if we use the logos, those time, venue, and date. For those logos, if as long as they are not significantly big, it's fine. They are permitted to use. So you can go to insert and in the latest versions of PowerPoint, you have this part called icons. You can click on that and you will have all the icons available for you. So what you can do is I need to mention the time. So I'll type clock. When I type clock, see, it gives this. I love this. So I'll choose that, insert. See, the clock icon is ready. We'll change the color and all according to our necessity, and I'll leave it there. And now wait, I'll change the color of it. See, graphic fill. I'll go with gray, maybe gray. No, maybe white. We'll go with white. Done. And then that is one clock. And then I need to add a calendar. So you can just add calendar. I'll use this. That is also ready. Graphic fill white, and the calendar logo is ready. And then I think I can add, I should add the location. And for location, let's use, which one do I like? Okay, where is that? I think I'll go with this. Done. Okay, that's done. And then you can type in all those necessary information with your meeting day, location, calendar. And if you want all these to be in one line perfectly, what you can do is you can select all those three icons. You select one and control next one, control next one, and you see something called align here, right? You see something called align, an option called align. Click on that and say distribute, no, align middle. So they will all be in same line. Okay, that's done. And then I think you can add the information, time, date, and venue. Since we are running out of time, I'll copy this information which I have already typed in and save them. Okay, I've already typed them, so I'll copy them and copy it and save it here, so that we don't have to do it again and again. Right, done. Let's save it here. Okay, so I have now I have used slightly different colors to highlight those information differently. And yes, fine, I will increase the size of this band a little bit. See, I'm cramping for room, so what you can do is you can always adjust accordingly and change it. Right, done. And now we have the information about the session a little bit for some new member or a guest or someone who is not a Toastmaster, and we have the meeting information as well at the bottom. Right, now in the middle, I need to be, this is it. I think this is a cool flyer, and maybe we can add a small information about the presenter. Now I can't use yellow on a light background, of course, so I'll change the color to the blue color, Toastmasters blue. And then I'll say moment of truth presenter, moment of truth presenter, and reduce the size of the font a little bit. Yes, so moments of truth presenter, and yes, it's none other than, I like to use the term Toastmasters like this, Toastmaster, and I like it to be a little thinner, so I just thin Toastmaster, and let's resize a little bit. Okay, and make a copy of it. And who is it? Toastmaster Chamali. She deserves to get the highlight because she's the one who's going to conduct the session. And I'm going to add maybe bold or black, Toastmaster Chamali, and let's increase the size, the name. Perfect. Right, okay, so now we all know Toastmaster Chamali is the one who is going to conduct the session. And if you want to use this in a different color, maybe you can just add black as well. I did not use black at all. Right. Okay, you can use the picture itself as your background. Good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some info. I've already typed in the other information. We all know moments of truth consists of 6 portions. We separate ourselves into 6 groups and do it. So what we can do here is I'm going to add some lines in here. I'll show you how it's done. I'll just add a white line. Okay, so that is one portion, one topic, and then I will add another line, insert shape, another line like this, and let's add another line again, shape like this. Okay, right, then I will select all those lines pressing Control, and I'll change the color to white, and I'll increase the thickness a little bit more. so that they will be visible. Done. All right. If you feel like the thickness is not enough, you can always right click, go to format shape, and then under line you will be able to increase thickness more. So here width, it just says just 6 pt. I'll increase it to 10 so that they are visible. Good. Right. So I need 6 like that, and I'm not going to change the middle one because I want the middle one to be perfectly horizontal. So what I can do is I can make a copy of that middle one, Control, Alter, Shift, drag it to the right. So I have one copy there. And after that, I'm going to show you a cool option. Give me a second. Drag it a little bit to the right. Okay, this one. Now I'll select this, and I'll group them. Okay, group. So it's one object now. I'll make a copy of that. I'll press Control, Shift, and Alter, and I'll drag it to the right. All right, done. But this is not the shape I want. I want the mirror image of that. So what you do is you go to Format Shape, and you have something called Arrange, and under that you will have something called Rotate. Rotate, Flip Horizontal. Ta-da, you have that. Perfect, isn't it? Similarly, I'm going to select this, Control, Alter, Shift, drag it down. But this is not the shape I want. I want the mirror image, vertical mirror image. Go to Arrange, Rotate, Flip Vertical. Done. Then repeat the process. You Shift, Alter, Control, click, drag. You get a copy. Sorry. Shift, Control, Option, click, drag. You get a copy. Arrange, rotate, horizontal. Done. So I have the 6 parts I wanted to use, and then I want to use this font which I have already typed. So first impression will be a topic. Wait a minute. Let me select all of them and bring them all to front. Right click and bring them all to front so that they will be in front of the picture. But if I add it like this, I don't know, is it visible enough? I hope it's visible enough. Likewise, so you can add them one by one. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, something like that. But unfortunately, it is not quite visible. So I will quickly show you another option you can do now to improve visibility. This is a designing technique you can learn. Okay, so it's not visible. For that, I'm going to use another option TI has given us, that is the transparency option. So under transparency option, I'm going to use it this way. I'm going to add a frame. So I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to go to shape, and I'm going to add rectangular frame for first impression. Right? Okay, there's a problem. What's the problem now? You can't see it. So I want first impression to be on top, so I'll click on that and go to bring front, and then I'll select this, right click on it, go to format shape, and then first of all remove the outline, no outline, and then to fill it, I'm going to go for solid fill, and I'm using Toastmasters blue. And then you all know there's a transparency which we can use. I think transparency allowed is 70%, isn't it? So when I add 70%, it gives you that transparency, a transparent band. And I'll bring the transparent band, and now the first impression is visible, but I'm still not very happy about it. Transparency band is here, and I'll lift the font a little bit further up, and I'm going to go to text option, the one when I have selected the font. Okay, hold on, the outline must be no outline, sorry. Right, so still the font is not so visible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to font, I'm going to click on that, and when you right click on it and go to format shape, here you right click on it, go to format shape, and you get all these options, and you go to text options. If you want to change the text, you go to text options, solid fill, I'm going to make it white, and I will say no line, and yes, you can, sorry, go to Gotham, let's go for a different thickness, medium. Okay, now you can see it, and if you want it to look even better, there's an option called the other option here. You can see, go to that, and you will see shadow option initially, shadow. So I add a shadow so that your font will be a little bit embossed, first impression. See, so it looks better now. It looks better. Likewise, you can add the same effect for the other fonts as well. I'll quickly teach you that. I think our time is almost up. You can select this, and there is this paintbrush, we call it format painter. You click on that, and when you double click on that, and then you click on other fonts. It will automatically, you click on other fonts, it will automatically give that option to that font. Okay, likewise you can keep changing it. And or else you can do it one by one, and this is the product I got after that. You can see it here. Okay, so here my transparency, I got it wrong. I think I took the transparency to 30. Format shape, you go to transparency, it should be 70. Correct. Right. Likewise, I have added all those parts, and in addition to that, I managed to add some circles in the corner to make it look better. Okay, it's all about repetitions, my friends. It's all about repetitions. It's all about maintaining the symmetry of the design. So that's how you do it. Good. Right. So I hope this flyer looks not an ordinary flyer. It looks okay. It looks appealing. So you can do that, and also to make your topic more appealing, you can always select that, right click on that, and go to format shape and go to text option, add some shadow, and it will be embossed. You can see it will be embossed, so it will look better. All right, fine. So yes, I think yes, so this is the output we will be getting. And then I think unfortunately the time for the demonstration is up. Then if you want to save it as a flyer, what you can do is you can do it in two ways. One option is you can go to home and you can select file actually and go to export, and then you can export it as JPEG, and you can go to your own folder. I'll go to the folder I have created, flyer.create, and let's say it is MOT flyer, saved. That is one way of doing it. Or else what you can do is you can select the entire work, right click on it, and you can select save as option, save as picture, and then again the same folder, you can just select the output type. I'll go to JPEG, and you can say MOT flyer 2. Done. Now let's go to the folder and see how the output is. Let me share that quickly. Right, I hope you can see the desktop, and hope you can see the folder, and here is our output. Perfect, isn't it? This is the output, the flyer we created just a few minutes ago. And this is the first you will be able to see a difference in the sizes. So when you use the second method, when you save it as a picture, the quality is better. See, it's 1 MB, the other one it's 400 KB. Okay, fine. So I wish I had more time to explain you more about PowerPoint, and so I use the same template. If you are a VPPR, I think it's important that you maintain consistency. So what you can do is, when you have a template like this, you can only change the middle part. So this is what I've done. I just added those 3 pictures and used it for a club contest winners flyers. And what I do is I'm going to change the bottom part, because the initial poster was for moments of truth. Bottom poster is for international speech contest. You added a small description and you display the winners like this. And these photos were taken using a phone, my friends, seriously. And take those pictures in a clear white background, and then you can crop out the background very conveniently. And so when you maintain such consistency in your Facebook page or Instagram page, whenever someone sees a poster, they will know, okay, this poster is from this club. So that's something we all can do, right? Just like DTM Kajetan said, in 45 minutes, there is only a limit we can show. Maybe in future, if your PR manager is willing, we can go for an extended session for maybe a couple of hours, where I can show you more options, more cool options, and more cool designs. Fine. And I think the recording of this session will be made available to you, so you can maybe go back and rewatch it and try something out on your own. I never took a graphic designing course. I was, just like DTM Kajetan said, the leadership role, VPPR role, I was asked to do it. Can you be the VPPR? Because we don't have anyone else. I took it. I knew only to draw circles and lines on PowerPoint. That's it. These were all self-taught. You know, I just went through options, And so if you're really interested in designing, PowerPoint is an amazing tool. It's taken for granted. And Avude Inayagam will understand this when I say in Tamil. We say, Vallavanukku pullum ayudam. PowerPoint is such a tool which is taken for granted. All right, fine. I think my time's up and I'll be up for some questions. Back to you, MC.
Thank you very much. And now with the Toastmaster Naresh, who will be conducting the questions and answers session. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Yasir. That was one of informative session that we have seen in on creating flyers on PowerPoint. All these days, we have been under impression that PowerPoints are only meant to make some PowerPoints at office, but then you have thrown some light on how to make flyers using it. Well, the first question is going to be from me. I believe I'm an ardent fan of PowerPoint, and I believe I deserve this. And in fact, I started my journey as a VPPR by using PowerPoint, and then I migrated to Canva because of the flexibility that it gives. And my first question is going to be on your flyer, the area F3 joint flyer that you have created. Can you just project it here for the sake of convenience?
Yes, sure. Right.
Well, yes. First time I saw this poster, I was blown away, and I was told that this was made using PowerPoint. I saw this picture on the TI WhatsApp group. I just would like to understand all these days. I mean, I've been wondering, how did you place this area F3 just behind the people? You know, picture the background, the trees, and then the people are in the same layer. So I was wondering, how did you even place this text just between the background and the foreground? So, but after attending today's session, that I could visualize how you could have done that. But then I would like to hear it from you.
Okay, perfect. With your permission, I'll share my PowerPoint screen once again, right? Hope you can remember Toastmaster Chamali here. So I created 2 layers, remember? 1, 2. So what you have to do is, now let's say I want the moments of truth session behind her. Good, like this. So you need to have 2 layers, and now 1 layer is the background. You leave it like that, and the beginning part you need to crop it out like this. Okay, the foreground, background, foreground, and then you need to right click on it and hold on a second. I'll take it here. You need to right click on it and bring it to front. Okay, so that this will happen. Exactly. So now the moments of truth part is behind, just like okay, I'll type in area F3, and I love using large fonts. It gives such a glorious look to flyers, doesn't it? I'm sorry, I think I chose the wrong part. Area F3, let's make it bigger, and this is what happened. Naresh, does it make sense?
Yeah, a lot. In fact, I've started to visualize how you could have done this before attending the session. I was articulating how this could have been done, but then after seeing this poster, I could understand how you must have done this using PowerPoint. So
small things.
Understand. So it's open for questions. So can I have some questions from the participants?
Okay, I think I had a question in the chat. Who is this attractive poster directed to, and what are we trying to sell? Wow, that's a very good question. I think it was Bev Ward. Right, so I'll tell you one of my personal experiences. Now, we are Hill Capital Toastmasters, a community club, and we have a lot of youngsters. I mean, not of youngsters in the sense, I am the oldest guy in that club, imagine. So we needed to target a young audience, and once I became VPPR, it's not that our previous VPPRs were creative. They also had done nice flyers, but I focused on flyers like this. So we were getting a lot of youngsters attracted once we posted such flyers, and I have never seen a more creative person in my whole life, especially in PR. He's now our current president, that is Toastmaster Amhar Raleen. He is a magician. He can do wonders in Photoshop, an illustrator. Then he was starting to do flyers like mind-blowing. If you see his flyers, you'll be mind-blown. These are like mediocre work. And after that, we were getting a lot of new members, a lot of young new members, because they saw when they saw these flyers, they understood, okay, these people are trying to convey something special. And I think that worked so well in our way, and it certainly inspired a lot of other clubs to enhance their public relations in Facebook. I mean, they look up to us, especially in Sri Lanka. I'm saying this with great humbleness. A lot of clubs look up to us, our Facebook page, as the benchmark of PR. Whenever there's a new PPR, they say, go see the Hill Capital Facebook page. So I think that's what we can do. We do a flyer out of passion, but we do not know who we are inspiring. We might have inspired 1,000 people behind us. And I have received hundreds of messages from different VPPRs saying that our club Facebook page is their benchmark for PR. So that's something we can, that's a value addition we can have.
And thanks for that. I would like to inform that we have been joined by our district director, Toastmaster DTM Jamil Shakil, and he is joining us all the way from Bahamas. He is part of the convention now going on. And on behalf of everyone, I would like to welcome DTM Jamil Shakil to the session. Thanks for joining us, DTM. And moving on to the queries. Well, having used both PowerPoint and Canva, what do you think is one distinctive feature that PowerPoint holds that the Canva does not have? I believe Canva offers a lot of flexibility in terms of using elements, in terms of doing so many things with in making posters. But then I believe there is something that is distinctive with respect to PowerPoint.
Okay. This is something Toastmaster Gadgeter and I always, DTM Gadgeter and I always discuss. In PowerPoint, I think Canva has become so much flexible. Canva has a lot of options, but we can do more or less everything we can do in Canva and PowerPoint. But I think Canva is more user friendly and all in PowerPoint. But there's a very interesting feature. I'll show you. I think you'll understand it better when I show you a flyer. All right, give me just a moment. These are the pathway achievements flyers I designed. Yes, let me show. Okay, not this. Right, give me a second. Naresh, I hope the flyer is visible to you. And can you see the shapes I've used here? So those shapes were created separately using PowerPoint. I don't think that option is available in Canva if you are really into designing. Now, this is one of the pathway flyers we have we used to, and we maintain the same consistency for other pathway flyers as well. Let me show you some examples for you. So what we do is we have used different colors to show the. So this is level 1 completion. This is level 3 completion. This is also level 3 completion. Likewise, you see different level. This is level 5 completion. We are using different colors, but the same template. So these shapes added so much value to our flyer, and you can get that shape on PowerPoint. You can design it from scratch on PowerPoint. I'll just show you a small demonstration real quick. Insert shape. I said this is the circle. I'm going to add a circle, and then I will add a line like this. I will add insert. Naresh, if you're interested in PowerPoint, there is a way you can add these shortcuts as well. What you have to do is you go to shape, right click, and add it to some ribbon. Okay, you can try that later. Maybe we can talk about that a little later. Fine, since we are running out of time. So what you can do is you can just add another shape, maybe 1, and I'll make a copy of that and rotate it perpendicularly, right, 2. So what happens here is I'll add another shape and rotate it a little bit like this. You can explore. You can take your time and explore these things, and I'll make another copy of it. Rotate it, and I'll add it here. So what happens here is now you have a lot of shapes drawn randomly. Then you select all, Control A, you go to shape format, and then you go to this part. Okay, it says fragment. When you click on fragment, you will get fragments. So what you do is you just need to delete the unnecessary parts. Gone. So you just delete the unnecessary parts. Then what happens is you have all these shapes. So you can generate any kind of shape you like. Correct? You using 2 images, 2 shapes, 2 different shapes. You can add any kind of shapes you like. So you delete the unnecessary ones, and you will get anything you need, something like this. So that is how I exactly created that flyer. That option, I don't think You have it on Canva.
Yes, Canva offers predefined elements
Yeah.
or the shapes that we may have to
Yes.
use. We can't create
Yeah.
shapes in
Yeah.
Canva. Yes, this is one advantage that we get from PowerPoint.
Exactly. And you can merge two shapes as well. I mean, you can just check that option next time when you go to PowerPoint.
Okay. See, like Canva, do we have any brand palettes, or we have seen you creating rectangular
Yeah.
boxes with the colors and all those things, but then can we
Yeah.
create that as in palettes like we did in Canva? Can
Yeah.
we do that in PowerPoint?
Yes, I think it's possible. You go to design, you see these palettes, and I think I saw a way of customized colors. So you can go to design, and it will give you different palettes. It give you different palettes. Then you can go to customize colors, and I think we must be able to add the colors like this. And then we can create, maybe here we can say Toastmasters, and we add the necessary colors, choose the colors and add them. And I think they will be available that way. But Naresh, in my version of PowerPoint, now whenever I open a fresh PowerPoint page, okay, I'll just open a fresh PowerPoint, okay, file, new. I don't know whether you are able to see the new one. No, you can't. Hold on a second. Yeah, so this is a new file, all right, new file. And then let's say I'm inserting a shape and I want to fill it with a Toastmasters color. Then when I go to shape fill, and when I go to more colors, you see the earlier used colors are not available because I did not use those colors yet. But when I go to more fill colors, those colors are already present here. Do you see them? Maroon, blue, happy yellow, gray, and the gradient colors all are present. So when I want to click yellow, okay, it happens. So it's already there. Once you use it, if you use all those colors once, then they will be automatically available for you in PowerPoint under more colors section. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, definitely. Another question that we have is that we know how difficult it is to remove background in PowerPoint. It's not as simple as just click away in Canva. In PowerPoint, it's not that. And then we may have to, it's labor intensive, meaning we may have to do many things about what to keep, what not to keep, and all those things. And then the second option about remove BG, unless you have a paid account, that does not give a HD picture, high resolution picture. It gives a standard picture. So how do you manage? You are a person who use a lot of pictures. So I'd like to understand, how do you use any other tools, AI tools, or any other external tools to do this?
To be honest, sometimes I use Photoshop, okay, because sometimes the quality of the output we get from remove.bg deteriorates a lot. But if your picture is high in resolution, the output I get from remove.bg is quite satisfactory. I've been using that for a long time. Only last few years, once I bought my MacBook, I can use any app, any software is compliant with MacBook, right? So Photoshop, everything is there, and it's working without getting stuck. My earlier laptop, it will get stuck if I open Photoshop. So I was relying on remove.bg or PowerPoint. But now, since this laptop is working fine, for very complex pictures, which it's very difficult to remove, I will have to go for something like Photoshop. Yeah, but Canva, I think that's brilliant. Canva's background removal tool is absolutely brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah, in fact, I'm using it. I'm just trying to think out of the box. Is this an option? Just to think aloud. If someone has a Canva and then they are good at using PowerPoints, can we use the remove background option of Canva and download the image and use that in the PowerPoint?
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. That's no one is watching us how we are designing the flyer. At the end of the day, the output is what matters. So if you are like religiously, you are going to be telling us, no, I'm going to use PowerPoint only. No, it's at the end of the day, our task is to put a solid flyer. It doesn't matter how it comes. So fine. But I was a little obsessed with PowerPoint. I was for some time, from some days, I was like, I want to do everything in PowerPoint. And when you put it out, you get a super awesome feeling. It's like when you use only the brand colors and the Toastmasters brand, and when you can put out a brilliant flyer, it's like batting on a very difficult track. I don't know. So it's it's totally up to you. It doesn't matter. Just use whatever the tool is convenient to you. But I think if someone new comes and asks me, what shall I use? Someone brand new asks me, and who doesn't have much time, I'll definitely recommend Canva for them, because Canva is so user friendly nowadays. But PowerPoint is also amazing. I know many of my friends who use PowerPoint as well, and it's always there on your desktop, and it's such an underrated software, unfortunately.
Yeah, we have someone who has raised his hand.
Okay.
May I ask Toastmaster Mercy George to open up and ask the question directly?
Okay, I think she has left a message there.
How is it?
Yeah, she has left her DM. Okay, please share your Instagram handle of your club.
Fellow Toastmasters, please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can I be heard?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. Thank you so much, Yasir, for that brilliant presentation. I really love the flexibility of what you've shown with regards to PowerPoint. I'd like an handle of your club's account. And
Yes,
if
sure,
you don't
sure.
mind sharing the templates in the group, in the Zoom
All right.
chat, or the template that you did for the, what's it called? The levels of speeches. I think that was very innovative. I really like that. And overall, thank you so much for a brilliant presentation. I really thoroughly enjoyed that experience. I learned something new. I'm used to Canva, but this is different with regards to PowerPoint. Thank you so much. I've seen the
Thank you very
link.
much.
And I hope I can come and deliver a speech at your club.
Maybe. Yeah. hopefully, but unfortunately we shifted to physical completely. Whenever we have an online meeting, yes, please check our Facebook page and we'll be updating the details. Right. Thanks a lot for that generous feedback.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I believe we have come to the end of the Q&A session, since we don't have any other answers, and I believe the participants were quite satisfied with the session. So, and they have been clarified with everything what they have. So with this, we'd like to conclude the Q&A session for the PowerPoint, and I would like to hand it over to the MC, Toastmaster Kulud.
Thank you very much. I guess I can speak on behalf of everyone here. It was an impressive practical session with lots of cool designs that we really loved. Thank you so much for sharing such a great content. Thank you. And now we'd like to present to you our certificate of appreciation for such a wonderful session that you presented for us. So thank you again, and hope to see you in the near future in further masterclass sessions and trainings.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Okay, now, so let's move to our last portion, and with the vote of thanks by Toastmaster Maria Mondays. And Toastmaster Maria is a passionate and purpose-driven freelance event organizer. She's also a photographer, and she is committed to serving and making a difference in this world. She joined Toastmasters in 2020 and served as the Vice President of PR at both the club, district, and the DTAC level. So, over to you, Toastmaster Maria Mendoza, to give us the vote of thanks. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kulud, for your fantastic introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed Toastmasters, leaders, distinguished guests, and fellow creative explorers. Emerging from this ocean of creativity, we carry newfound knowledge and deep sense of empowerment, equipped to craft visually captivating posters that embody Toastmasters' essence. We ignite imagination, paint with pixels, and uphold brand compliance as our guiding principle. Let's extend our standing ovation and virtual applause to our incredible trainers, distinguished Toastmaster Kajitan and distinguished Toastmaster Mohamed. Your guidance and expertise have painted vibrant strokes of creativity in our minds. Thank you for illuminating the path to elevate our branding prowess, empowering us to shine as branding champions. Our sincere gratitude to our esteemed District 105 dignitaries, division directors, and area directors for gracing us your presence. Your support and leadership have played an integral role in our success. Applause to all our passion for learning and commitment and brand-compliant design attendees who transformed this event into an electrifying symphony of collaboration and growth. Now, let's virtually applaud and acknowledge key players who shaped this experience. A heartfelt thanks to Toastmaster Shazia, our Sergeant at Arms, maintaining decorum on our virtual stage. Applause to our Toastmaster, Kulud, our Master of Ceremony, whose eloquence and charisma engage us throughout. A big thanks to Toastmaster Naresh for navigating us through insights of our brilliant trainers. Toastmaster Harry, our Zoom master, your technical prowess facilitated content-focused interactions. Appreciation as well to our timer Toastmaster Aparna for keeping us on track and maximizing every moment. We also appreciate our creative minds, Toastmaster Harry, adding enchantment to our virtual space with backgrounds and creatively designed certificates. Applause for our Toastmaster Jazia and Toastmaster Naresh, our YouTube Shorts maestros, infusing excitement into the event's promotion. Gratitude to Toastmaster Kulud, Toastmaster Naresh, District 105 PR social media champions, and VPPRs for spreading creativity far and wide. Hats off to our district PR team. Your strategic brilliance transformed our workshop into dazzling success, guiding us every step of the way. Let's give a well-deserved standing ovation, virtual applause to our District 105 PR manager, Toastmaster Avodai. Your meticulous planning and passion turned this workshop into a masterpiece of making creativity dance in our lives. As we leave this workshop, remember the journey of creativity is unending. Each design, presentation, visual expressions invites us to explore deeper realms of imagination. Thank you for joining this creative journey. Like divers, we surface with gems of branding and creative knowledge. Here's the creative world within us waiting to be shared. Fellow creative souls, let's dive in and unleash our imagination. Thank you, and now back to you, Toastmaster Abodai.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Madam Maria, for the wonderful word of thanks. Indeed, a wonderful day of learning. And what it started just with 14 members, and we ended up having 114 at the highest. What really impressed me is that for almost 2 hours, 2.5 hours, we were able to hold up to 100 people, 100 participants, which speaks volume of your curiosity and commitment to learning. Of course, with our wonderful trainers like Distinguished Toastmaster Gadgeton and Distinguished Toastmaster Mohamed Yasir, it made it sure that we learned a lot. Thank you very much to both of the trainers and all the PR team members who have worked behind this event. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And my dear fellow VPPRs who are here, let me just tell you one thing. If you feel that Canva or PowerPoint can make a difference, no. It is end of the day you yourself can make the difference for your club, and your creativity will speak for itself. Thank you very much for attending. And this was our engage, and we will be having a lot of engagements with you. And if you want to learn more about Canva or PowerPoint, we are there. Please do reach out to us. We will definitely call Distinguished Toastmaster Kajetan or Distinguished Toastmaster Yasir, and they will be here to help us out more and more, and we can advance our learnings. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming in. If every one of us who are here can switch on our camera, we'll get a group picture with Distinguished Toastmaster Mohamed Yasir as well.
We should have 1, 2, 3 because you're all smiling and waiting for it to end.
Ali, are we on track?
Done? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Good night
Thank
from
you.
us, from the
Bye-bye.
District 105 PR team. Thank you for coming
Thank
in.
you, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. DTM Yasir, thank you.